It is now time for week 7 of the SPL season number 3, where this week we are taking on none other than Aaron Cybertron Zhang himself and the Melbourne Rotoms in a matchup where honestly I really didn't put that much effort into putting this team together. Considering the last few weeks have been pretty rough. I've lost the last 4 weeks in a row now, 2-1. And the last game versus Moxie was definitely a gut wrencher for sure. That game 3, and then playing against someone of Aaron's caliber. Going into this, I know for a fact that if I'm able to even win one game off of Aaron, it's going to be an absolute miracle. I just feel like Aaron not only is definitely better meta-wise from the VGC, he's one of the more well-known people in the entirety of the VGC format. And coming from someone who's now doing VGC for the very first time, I'm very much in a league out. I'm very much outclassed in this matchup, just from a perspective not only in the team matchup, but from a building perspective. And quite honestly, I didn't really have that much time putting this team together, so there are going to be some vast flaws with this team for sure. But onto the matchup itself. As you can see, he has the Trick Room core, Cresselia, Ursaluna, which is just incredibly stupid that he was able to get those 2 mons, considering he was the last pick in the draft. And then having the screens with Grimmsnarl, and then having the fast mons with Spectrair, Meowscarada as a recent pickup. So I'm facing Meowscarada for the 2nd time this season. And he also picked up the Keldeo that I dropped prior to week 6. And I think he also had like Tauros and like a Paldea, Tauros, Aqua, and Vivillon, if I remember correctly, and he dropped those and picked up Staraptor and Cryogonal in their place. So the team itself, there's no real premise behind it. Like I mentioned, I had no real consistency to like actually build anything cohesive. So like I said, the team just feels like I could have brought a lot of different stuff, but narrowing it down to 6 that I felt comfortable with was really tricky. And for the most part, I wanted to at the very least try to bring everything on this draft at least one time. So starting off with the Ogerpons that you see in front of you, we're just bringing a straightforward Spiky Shield 3 attack set this time. And you do see we are bringing the Grassy Glide on our Ogerpon, which is very helpful in the event that Trick Room does go up from Aaron's side, and being able to at the very least revenge kill the Ursaluna if things get out of hand. And then my investment, I think it's like speed for Adamant Staraptor if it's not like Scarf, and I think I have like enough attack to guarantee knock out Ursaluna with Woodhammer. I'm not sure, I don't remember if it's like with or without Grassy Terrain support, but regardless, I think it's enough attack stat for that, and the rest are just thrown into HP for some bulk. Overall, this set is just very straightforward. Try to be as offensive as possible while trying to tank hits as best as I can. And since we are bringing Grassy Glide on our Ogerpon, we are definitely bringing the Thwackey, otherwise it makes no sense. So yeah, we're bringing a bulky, physically defensive Thwackey, which is designed to technically work, deal with Ursaluna. I use the word deal very loosely because honestly, Ursaluna is not the biggest problem on this build, and even putting Ursaluna to the side, he just has too many other good options to consider to try to deal with at once. So this is just here to provide Grassy Terrain support not only for everyone, but the main target will be Ogerpon to boost the power of Grassy Glide and give it stab. But it also does give me Fake Out support. Taunt just helps in stopping Cresselia from clicking Trick Room. Grimmsnarl for doing all the screen shenanigans and whatnot. And I have enough bulk on my Thwackey to guarantee live a Guts boosted Facade from Ursaluna, barring it's not like Terra Stellar or normal whatever. And then if I'm forced to Terra my Thwackey, I can knock out Ursaluna with Woodhammer, with Terra Grass, depending on what Terra the Ursaluna is. Then for some more Ursaluna another way to deal with Ursaluna. We have Chalonberry Clawitzer. Now, honestly, I didn't have this set, the Chalonberry on Clawitzer. I was originally going to be room service on this set just because, like, I know for a fact that his trick room core is vastly better than my trick room core. Like, Clawitzer is too fast to work in trick room, but it's not slow enough to benefit from trick room because Ursaluna is obviously slower. So I was thinking about if he ever goes for trick room with his Cresselia for the Ursaluna, I go for rooms. I have room service, so my Clawitzer is then slower. But the problem then becomes he can just reverse trick room right back, and his Ursaluna is then faster than my Clawitzer, and it's just a bad time overall. And because his trick room setter is Cresselia, that thing will never die in one hit, so it's just very, very problematic. Otherwise, the set is just designed to just do as much damage I possibly can. Chalonberry to take one normal hit from the Ursaluna. I'm Terra Grass just to resist the Earthquake into Headlong Rush from the Ursaluna. And I'm also Terra Blast with Terra Grass because it's my main way of trying to hit Keldeo, because otherwise that thing hard walls me. And then Water Pulse for stab, and then Ice Beam is needed for Meowscarada, as well as the Enamorous Therian. The Eevees, I don't remember what they do. I think I just slapped together random numbers, and I think this is probably for like Spectrair Shadow Ball, like Choice Spec Spectrair Shadow Ball, because my Ghost Resist is Tyranitar. So like Shadow Ball is stupid free into my team because like I said, my Ghost Resist is Tyranitar, and he has multitudes of ways of wearing down and dealing with Tyranitar to the point where he honestly doesn't even need to Nasty Plot in this matchup. So yeah. So I think it was just like another added insurance for the Spectrair, but I think it's a Grimnay boost and it's all for naught regardless. Then we have our Dusknoir. Dusknoir is sort of the Spectrair check. I do have Cassibberry with my own Trick Room just in case he doesn't bring his own, which is highly unlikely because I think like he's brought Cresselia to every single game. But regardless, if I find a situation where I can get up Trick Room and try to put the speed advance control in my favor, then we'll go for that route. Cassibberry to take a Shadow Ball from the Spectrair. I am Terra Normal just in case I need to be immune to an immunity to some Spectrair Shadow Ball. And I didn't originally have this set. I think I was something a little bit more cheeky with this Dusknoir. So the original set was something like this. The only difference was I keep Terra Normal, but instead of Helping Hand Brick Break, I was going to be Flame Orb with Skill Swap and Facade. And the idea would be to skill swap Guts off of Ursaluna, so Dusknoir would have Guts boosted Terra Normal Facades and just try to nuke stuff. But the problem is, or the main problem, is the fact that he does have a way of lowering my attack with Intimidate, and he has the option to weaken my moves with Reflect. So it pretty much went out the window the minute I saw those sort of problems come up in putting this team together. So I decided to just keep it a bit more straightforward and just be as much of a support mon as possible. Helping Hand to just be a bit more of a support mon, and Brick Break does like 15% to Ursaluna. I'm not joking. It's just it's not here for it hits Ursaluna, but the main thing it does is for breaking the screens from the Grimmsnarl. That's pretty much the only reason why I have this move. Other than that, it does nothing else. So yeah, that is the Dusknoir set. Then we have the straightforward Focus Sash Tyranitar. I think I just threw on Brick Break as a last-ditch effort to have the means of breaking screens in case I am not able to bring Dusknoir to a game. But everything else is a fairly straightforward T-Tar set between Rock Slide, Knockoff, Terra Blast Flying for Meowscarada and the Keldeo. And like I mentioned, Brick Break is just Brick Break. It's just as simple as it gets for a Tyranitar set. And then lastly, we have our Choice Banded Excadrill, which honestly doesn't really make a lot of sense that I'm Choice Banded, just because like he has a lot of things that can deter me from locking into one move. But honestly, I don't really see a situation where I'm going to SD in any sense of the word. So I figure just do the best case scenario and try to do as much damage as I possibly can to his team. And it probably won't come up, but in case he is Scarf Staraptor, I do outspeed that with my investment. And the 100 special defense lets me guarantee take a Shadow Ball from Spectrier from full. In conjunction with Terra Rock, I also boost my special defense by 1 stage with the sand being up, so I have a bit more bulk on the special side if needed. So yeah, does it really make sense that I'm bringing 5 physical attackers versus Staraptor that's definitely going to come for Intimidate purposes? No. Does it make sense that I'm leaving my Intimidate deterrent on the bench as well for the Staraptor? Also no, but like I mentioned, I really didn't have that much time, and hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. But considering who I'm playing, it more than likely is, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to start to try my best. So that's it for the team builder, and with that out of the way, let's head on over to the battles. Alright guys, so here we are with our week number 7 battle against the one and only Aaron Cybertron Zhang. And he more or less brought what I was expecting. The Grimstyle Spectriers, Cresselia, Ursaluna were definitely for the mons I expected to bring, and the Staraptor because of the Intimidate. The 6th one was a toss-up. He went with Meowscarada for some, I guess, sort of added speed control. It's the fastest mon on the field between both our sides. I think as a lead, this is a tough one, because I have a few things I could do. I also have to be very, very careful because Claudette is my only special attacker on this entire theme. So I think what I do is I think I still lead off with T-Tar Excadrill, and then I'll do, let's say for game 1, let's do Clawitzer, and let's have Ogerpon 4th. So I had a few modes to go for with this team. With Trick Room, I'm pretty much disregarding the Trick Room option and the Grassy Terrain option with Thwacky. I could change that for game 2, but I pretty much am expecting to see like a Spectrier Grimmsnarl lead on his end. He reflects and then like nasty plots and go through all those shenanigans. The other thing he could just do is lead off with Staraptor plus Grimmsnarl as well, and just reflect and get the Intimidate and whatnot. But we'll see how things pan out in this regard. So I'm trying to end my win streak and try to keep my slim playoff hopes alive, and I gotta do it against one of the best people in the VGC community. Staraptor Cresselia. Alright. So, get the Intimidate off. Whenever the game decides to load. Thank you. I am Choice Bandit, so this literally doesn't matter. I'm just trying to get damage. That's the main thing I'm going for in this scenario. So, we'll double Rock Slide. I don't think anything gets like Wide Guard on his team. I could be wrong. I don't think he has a means of protecting with his mons, but I'm just going through the motions right now. I know it's like turn 1 of game 1, but I always want to end the season on a positive note, and at this point I'm just like I'm clicking buttons for the sake of clicking buttons. Like, I want to win, but at the same time it's like it's been a rough season. It's been a really rough season. If I can get 1 game, I'll be happy, but he's going to withdraw Staraptor, go with Ursaluna. Still gets to trigger him off. So alternatively, I could have knocked off the Ursaluna as well, but... is there a reason for me to save Excadrill now? Honestly, no. Because I'm choice locked into Rock Slide right now. Kind of wish I had low kick right now on my T-Tar, but I don't. So I'm expecting this Ursaluna to just come in and get 4 kills. That's pretty much the long and short of it. Yep, Helping Hand, Earthquake, or Facade. Like, truth be told, I was honestly half expecting him to, like... Oh, he went for Facade there just to ensure that, like, Earthquake can, like, double attack and kill me. But I'm not really in a position where I can legitimately switch, though. And for best case scenario, I'll keep the Terra for Clawitzer. So let's just... No, there's no point. Actually, let me just check one more thing. How many turns of trick in this? Just 3 turns. Okay. So alternatively, I could just protect with T-Tar and like save him on, but I'll let my next turn go down. Ursaluna. Lunar Blessing. The Staraptor. I did not know Lunar Blessing worked like that. But he just healed his burn, so it does less damage now. A very interesting approach there. But this does allow me to get in Clawitzer at the very least. So let's do that. I'll just go for the Terra and Terra Blast immediately into the Ursaluna. This just covers him going for Terra Water, and I can go for knockoff on the Cresselia. Honestly, I did not know Lunar Blessing worked that way. But then again, this is my first interaction with Cresselia in general, so I didn't know Lunar Blessing. I knew it healed burns like Healing Wish, but I didn't know it healed both sides. I thought Lunar Blessing worked like Healing Wish. Okay. That's good to know, actually. So I guess it's like a Life Dew plus Heal Bell in one. Yeah, this is my first time dealing with Cresselia in any capacity. In doubles. So yeah, I Terra too. So Terra the Ursaluna. Terra Water. And Terra the Clawitzer. Alternatively, I could have double attacked into Ursaluna, but it's whatever. Helping Hand. Earthquake. So it's going to take out T-Tar. Now it just comes down to what do I prioritize? Because this is the last turn of Trick Room and he's only used 3 Pokemon. What do I prioritize? Because like no matter what, I'm losing something here. Like, yeah, I guess I'll Terra Blast into the Ursaluna, and I guess I'll Wood Hammer into the Cresselia. Yeah, I could have also just double protected, but like, what am I really doing? At least Coletzer gets a kill. Out to recoil. So I don't necessarily know who gets the kill on that. And now he just goes into Staraptor, and yep, that's going to be game 1. Is there really a point for me to show my other moves? No. Alright, so that game 1 went as expected. If I'm being perfectly honest. And again, that's what happens when I bring 5 physical attackers versus an Intimidate Staraptor. Okay. So, how am I adjusting for game 2? Because no matter what, you're leading with Staraptor. I don't think I lead Excadrill this time. I think instead what I do this time, I could still lead T-Tar. Yeah, I could still lead T-Tar, and maybe I do T-Tar Coletzer. That might be a bit better. Yeah, let's do T-Tar Coletzer, and then I want to bring Thwackey so badly, but the problem is, the thing I brought Thwackey for, it doesn't really help here. I guess I could also just technically bring... I guess I could do Dust Snore plus... Let me try Dust Snore Uberpon 3-4. So yeah, I'm assuming he's just going to do the exact same leads before, like Staraptor Cresselia or Staraptor Cresselia, Staraptor Grimmsnarl, or even Staraptor Meowscarada. Like, one of those could definitely be it. And the way he played Cresselia makes me think it had no attacks. But then again, like, when you have, like, the bonds he has, Spectrier Staraptor. Now it's like, what am I expecting this thing to do now? Because he has the Staraptor out, I can't realistically go for... I can't Terra the Clawitzer. Because, like, at this point, what am I prioritizing? Do I prioritize the Staraptor, or do I prioritize the Spectrier? I guess, if anything, I would have to prioritize the Staraptor. So, let's Rock Slide and Water Pulse into... This is double attack. This is probably a bad idea. Because if he legitimately, like, nasty plugs up, it's legitimately over. Because then I have to burn the Terror on my Dust Snore. Withdraws into Cress. Okay, that worked out somewhat. No, the protect makes sense. And now it's like I have to focus my attention on Spectrier now. So... Actually, no, I don't want to pulse. I think I protect the Clawitzer instead. Like, the one downside to Terra's is Spectrier right now, and goes for Terra Blast. But the thing I also see is, like, he Terras this, he Terras Spectrier, Helping Hands, Terra Blast into T-Tar. So maybe I could have predicted that and Terra the T-Tar and Terra Blast into the Spectrier, predicting the Terra on its own end. I hate talking these things into existence, man. I really do. And it's always after I make my play. It's always after I make my play. At least the T-Tar had the sash. Life form, okay. Whatever good back. downside is, since I revealed Protect, he knows I'm not like choice locked or anything. But if I was choice, I would have killed Ursaluna, so there's that. So I think what he does is he's like helping hand Shadow Balls into Howitzer, I think. And I just forgot what move I clicked with T-Tar. I just forgot what I clicked with T-Tar. I don't know if I protected or what. Like I tunnel vision now. I was focusing so much on what I was going to do with Howitzer that I forgot what I did with T-Tar. I think I was just sacking it. It's hard to say. Like, it's legitimately hard to say. Okay, I click Rock Slide. Alright. Okay, it makes sense. He wanted damage on Howitzer to ensure that Helping Hand, like Shadow Ball, took it out. Because like realistically, my T-Tar is like literally no threat to him because at -1. The Spectre can also just Shadow Ball into Howitzer, Helping Hand Shadow Ball, and then what? I lose to T-Tar. I lose to Staraptor regardless of what I do then. Alright, so I might have to save my Terra for Overlord. Because the last two I'm assuming it's going to be... I'm assuming the last two Mons are going to be Staraptor plus Ursaluna. Goodbye, Howitzer. And that's exactly what he wanted. Covert Cloak. Covert Cloak for what? Oh, so he wouldn't get Rock Slide flinched. Okay. Okay, I have another idea. He brings back in Staraptor. I go Dust Snore. Choice Scarf. Like, no, I'm still losing this. Nope, it's still not gonna work because the last one's definitely Ursaluna. It's definitely Ursaluna. And me Trick Rooming helps Ursaluna. Like, the smart thing for him is just to double attack Dust Snore. Okay, I live. Thank you, Scarf Final Gambit. Whatever good that does me. Sandstorm ends. just rock slide into... I'm -1, but I might as well make the most of this, right? Might as well go down in a blaze of glory. Yeah, he's just gonna go into Ursaluna. Oh great, now he gets to freely Earthquake and go back into Staraptor. That's what he's gonna do. That's literally what he's gonna do. I don't even know why I'm stalling here. Like, what exactly do I do in this situation? He's gonna go Staraptor. He did not switch out Spectrator to Staraptor. I legitimately thought he was gonna Earthquake Ghost Staraptor there. And how many turns of Trigger were left? 2 turns left. Which probably is not going to matter, because he's probably is going to protect EQ with Ursaluna anyway. So there's no need for me to Terra. Is there a reason for me to Terra the T-Tar at all? Actually, what do I already lost, what do I have to lose other than the game, right? At this point, what else do I have to lose other than the game? At that point, that's all it really is about. Because I've already accepted I'm losing this game. I mean, the correct play would just be to Facade T-Tar its Shadow Ball into... Or just kill me outright. Okay, maybe I should have Spiky Shielded, but... Oh, at least it's not a 4-0. If there's any consolation for that. I'm not going to bother protecting. Just kill me, Ursaluna. I mean, the kill was either going to go to Ursaluna or was going to go to Staraptor. Like, what was I realistically doing? Ah, boy. Alright, so that should essentially end our season. Yeah. I knew I was going into this. I was going into this knowing I would lose, but I was hoping I'd put up more of a fight for Aaron's sake. Yeah, I didn't really have anything for like Staraptor. I could have maybe I could have brought like Clear Amulet, X Control, but against Aaron's team, what could I realistically like Sword Stance on? Like, there was legitimately nothing. Yeah. So yeah, so we're now 1-6 with 1 week to go. We're all but out of playoffs now, so we're just gonna try to enjoy this last week of the regular season, and then we'll see what happens. We'll at least try to end the season on a positive note. Week 8, we'll take on Seabat and Detroit Steel Wings, and at least try to end the season on a positive. So again, thank you guys again so much for watching. Be sure to check out Cybertron. If you don't know who he is at this point, then you don't know VGC content. He is one of the best VGC players of all time, and despite me getting my ass predictably handed to me on a silver platter, it was still an honor to play Aaron. Check out his side in the description, check out all the other coaches in the SPL, and let's try to end the season on a positive note at the very least. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next time, this is Tone, signing out for now. Peace out.